Yesterday we did Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 11, Part 2, Chapter 28 from the Jnana Yoga. This is a teaching of Sri Krishna to Uddhava, in which we were talking about how a person to go towards enlightenment or meet Krishna, he has to overcome a lot of problems in his life, like say for example, attachment to family members, disciples and others. Because who is actually disrupting? They are called demigods. So once we begin, I will give you an idea about demigods also somewhere in the middle. And if you want to progress in this, you have to overcome a lot of difficulties in your own path. Which means first would be you have to be disciplined in nature. You have to focus in your world. You should know exactly why you are here. The reason for your existence, as we had determined yesterday, is how you have to reach the ultimate destination. The final destination is not to be born again and again and again. No cycle of birth and death. And you have to be lost in practicing devotional service unto the Lord. This is what we had done as of yesterday. We are doing Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 11, Part 2, Chapter 28, Jnana Yoga, teachings of Sri Krishna to Uddhava. This is verse 30th. An ordinary living entity performs material work and is transformed by the reaction to such work. Thus he is driven by various desires to continue working fruitively up to the very moment of his death. A wise person, however, having experienced his own constitutional bliss, gives up all material desires and does not engage in fruitive work. So, first part is talking about normal human beings who are always engaged in doing some kind of a work in their life, fruitive work, something which pays for them. And the second half we are doing about enlightened people. Now, to this enlightened wise man, what is he supposed to do? He should be foregoing all this kind of work. So, there are two aspects to it. So, let us first start with what are we talking about, whereas the material worldly people are concerned. The material worldly people are concerned only by their daily lives. That means they are supposed to be bothered more about how they are living. So, starting from breathing, to drinking, to eating, to sleeping, and all these activities are a part and parcel of their world. And these are fruitive activities. Even breathing is a fruitive activity. Okay? Now, you may say, how can breathing be a fruitive activity? You know, there are some people in this world, to get a whiff of the mountain air, they pay a lot of dollars in different countries and buy those, those packs of fresh mountain air from Europe. They pay $10 and $20 for that. Just Google it and you will see how many idiots are there in this world. Actually, it would be better that they can go up some mountain and they can make more money in that. So, air, water. Okay, the basic desire is also a desire. The basic desire of living is a desire. Now, these people in the material domain are bothered very much about how they work, where they work, what they do. From the beginning of their life to the end of their life, they are interested in working. Do you get the point? It is all about work. Fruitive work. They will never sit in one place. They want to do something or the other. Means what? If you tell them to sit in one corner and just not do anything, it is going to be extremely difficult for them. They will say, no, I got to fidget. You know that fidgeting thing also they have invented for themselves. It goes around in the... Why do they have to do it? You put them in a chair, they will punch holes in the chair. People will put their fingers in the chair. You give them any place where they don't have activity. Have you seen a doctor's room, the waiting room outside? Doctor's waiting room is a very good example of how people have nothing to do but wait for the doctor to come out and call them. Okay, please come in, so and so. Do you know that 1 hour or that half an hour is literally like a minefield. Their mind is going all the time. They are looking at the people around and they are making, observations. This fellow is like this, that woman is like this, why is she like that, why is they looking like... Okay, after they have finished all that, they will look at the walls of the doctor's room over there. Oh, he has put up about exercise and activity. I got to make that exercise. Doctor has given you food for thought. You understand? Food for thought means what? And then he has put up some, physiology figures over there. This is the stomach, this is the intestine, and you are thinking about it. Oh, I read it when I was in school. Do you know this? This is the funny thing. Sometimes in the doctor's waiting room, there is a television. And the news which you might have never ever seen in your life, you want to watch it. For what reason? It is some vague information coming from some vague quarters of this earth and you want to see it. Okay? There are some old newspapers. There are magazines over there. Do you know how many germs are there in those magazines and the newspapers over there? Please don't touch those magazines. They have never been dusted, they have never been cleaned, and all the sick people have touched them. Even the seat where you are sitting, you should carry a spray over there, disinfectant, and spray it. It is nothing to do with the doctors, it is basically our way of thinking. Now you know how your mind is a minefield. So you can't sit in one place without thinking. Have you seen people talk to themselves? Even when they are not doing anything, they are talking to themselves. For what? Why is your mind supposed to chatter so much? The entry into spirituality is to make that mind shut up. You are not even supposed to do that blabbering that you do in your mind and on your tongue. So please don't do that. So the material worldly person is actually more into it. He is bothered about fruitive work and fruitive activity. So this fruitive work is what is going to pay me. Some people will say, I don't do this for money, Oh, and when in the morning they receive one message saying that you have written a fantastic piece, they are mighty pleased with it. Wow, somebody is appreciating me. That is called fruitive work. A fruitive work is done by people, those who are expecting something in return. Expectation. How many likes do I have on my Facebook page? My Instagram photo, how many people have gone and seen it? What are you talking about? Twitter. Oh my God. And by the way, this social media thing is like a big thing nowadays, isn't it? Yesterday I was reading about some person. I told you also about it. This young boy from some place, he got that 625 marks on 625 marks. I am not on social media, he says. Well, you may not be on social media then, but sir, you have entered social media. With 625 marks, you are now in all the social medias of this world. And naturally, the same father who is telling you not to go on social media would have definitely seen the Twitter tweets, he has definitely seen the Facebooks, he has definitely seen all these pages, and all the people in India and the world would have wanted to interview this person. So you think you are not on the social media? So any idiot who tells you, no, I am not on social media, is actually the biggest fool in the world. You see, it's an inherent desire of human being to be recognized, known, and that is what is called fruitive activity. Do you get the point? Fruitive activity is more involved with what does the other person think of me? What does the other person think of you? And what do I think about them? This is becoming fruitive work. The living entity performs material work and is transformed by the reaction to such work. Transformation happens by the reaction to this work. How is the transformation happening? Warren Buffett, I'm sure all of you have heard about this rich man. Okay? He doesn't have a car which is, a new car. He doesn't have a new car. Social media headlines. He eats only in McDonald's and drinks only Coca-Cola. Social media headlines. Why is he doing that? Why is Mark Zuckerberg wearing only a grey color t-shirt? I am a very simple human being. With billions of dollars in the bank, I am a simple human being? Sir, you are the person who runs the social media. You are the one who talks to all these, congressmen. You think you are not there in the social media? You are not famous? Your grey t-shirt is more famous than you. You know that? The brand which you are wearing, I think a lot of people must be interested in buying the brand. Isn't it the same with the Queen? You know that new princess who got married and all that? Who is the one who made her dress? I also want to make a dress from that person. Okay, so you make a dress from that person. Everywhere there is a fruitive work happening. Fruitive work. You want to eat something? Fruitive work. Fruitive doesn't mean a fruit, okay? Some people will take the word literally and say, oh, he is going to eat fruit. No, fruit eating over here. Fruitive work means something is coming out of it. Some engagement in your life is going to give you benefits. It's a benefit society. Yesterday, day before yesterday, a very great person committed suicide. I'm sure everybody is knowing it because he is there in every media after posthumously, before that also he was there. What happened? Here you have a person who is the face of this entire world, and then what happened? Fruitive work, boss, fruitive work. You understand fruitive work means what? And in his case, it was a real fruitive work. It was all about fruitive work, food. And food finally killed him. No, not overeating, but maybe writing about food so much, it overloaded in his mind. So the idea that everybody is into this fruitive work and is running after something or the other creates a lot of problems in this world. They are not able to handle it. There was another lady a few weeks, maybe a week ago, 10 days ago. She is known for her brand, for all the bags and all that. Okay? Kate something. Spade. So, why did she commit suicide? They have money, power, everything going for them. The person from the films also, he also committed suicide last year. Why did he commit suicide? This is the same man who was making you laugh. He was known for humor. So humor should be there in his life, but there was no humor in his life. There was only sadness. Why was there sadness? Has it ever occurred to you? Everybody, whomsoever that I have named, have run after something or the other in their life. Think about it. They're all running after something. And that is called fruitive work. Alright? He is driven by various desires to continue working fruitively up to the very moment of his death. Till the person dies, he is only interested, I want to do something, I want to do something, I want to do something, I want to do something. When I came in 2001 in this, that time I decided I don't want to do anything. It took me 5 whole years to convince someone, I don't want to do anything. And it took one more year after that to actually get out of it. I don't want to do anything. No fruity work. What is the meaning of fruity work? You are doing something for some gain or something that comes your way. But here in spirituality, there is nothing to be done. There are no gains. There is no achievement to be done. I mean, just imagine if I can think of myself as some great Babajis of this world, orange color clothes. I should be thinking, I should be having, this world has got 7.5 billion population, at least half of it. How much half of it comes to? 3.75? I need to have 3.75 people knowing me and talking about me and maybe, saying, Guruji, okay, and having long hairs and putting some tikkas over here. I mean, come on. Who cares? These are the same people who will ditch and vanish. You seen that Babaji from, the frizzy hair character? The day he died, they went and raided his room and they found some 4 or 5 crores worth of foreign exchange. And it was there in the media. And after that, what happened? The same person was treated badly. Okay? There was another person who had set up a commune. And the government over there said, get out. And then the person died and the person was called the sex guru. That is famous, isn't it? Famous. So this idea that you have to run after something should not be there inside of you. No need. Now, this verse is not, I cannot tell you further than this, so I will only restrict myself to this much word. So what I will do is, as we are proceeding in the verses after this, you will get more explanation and understanding. So fruitive work is what every person does. Alright? They are running after something or the other, and they never stop running till they die. Now we come to the wise man. A wise person, however, having experienced his own constitutional bliss, gives up all material desires and does not engage in fruitive work. Who is a wise person? A wise person is not someone who has got a PhD in philosophy. I'm sorry. No. He's not a philosopher. Okay? A wise person is not someone whom we can say, oh, he is wise, he's got a very high IQ. IQ, EQ, SQ, I don't know what all Qs that you want to have. No Qs can make a person wise. A wise person in spirituality could be a person who may be a beggar on the streets. He looks like a beggar. He could be a wise person. So do not go under those fixated views that their wise person has to look like this or seem like this or should have money, should not have money. Don't have any of those ideas. Just imagine there is a wise person from spiritual point of view. He has experienced his constitutional bliss. Constitutional bliss means what? He knows the self. Knowing the self means self-realized. You understand the very simple term, self-realized person. A constitution of this particular person is not necessarily somebody with a halo on the head or growing two horns or something, nothing like that. There is no physical evidence that this person is a wise man. There is no physical evidence. So don't run after physical evidence. Just know that he is a wise man. And how is a wise man? After he has experienced, after he has gone through the realization path, he gives up all material desires. What are the desires that we have? You understand? Lust, greed, these are basic desires. Basic desires, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to go here, I want to eat that. All those are basic desires. There is nothing like that. How does he behave is a different aspect. Okay, the behavior part is coming in the next paragraph. not in this one, how he behaves. But he doesn't have desires. Let me tell you, there is absolutely no desire in this person. If you knock on his head and tuck, 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 and so on, do you have anything? Knock, knock, who is there? The answer will be nobody. You understand? Nobody. Answer will be nobody. There is nobody there. Why? Because he is a self-realized being. The body, you are actually knocking on the body, but nobody there. You got it? So, he gives up all material desires and does not engage in fruitive work. Now, this is the most difficult thing for material worldly people to understand. How can a person not do any work? He is a blot on the society, you know. Somebody who doesn't do any work is a useless bugger. I'm sure this is exactly what everybody thinks. But here we are talking about a wise man, okay? Let us not call him a useless bugger. Yes, there are lots of people who just want to sit and eat and they don't want to do anything. They can be called useless people. But this man is not a useless person. Why? There is no fruitive work in his world to do. There is no work actually for him to do. Why is there no work for him to do? A material worldly example. See, please understand, material worldly examples cannot actually tell you how this thing works, but they give you a glimpse of how it works. Right? There is a great film actor called Al Pacino. I'm sure you know that. And there is a great film actor called Amitabh Bachchan. Can you teach acting to these two guys? I mean, would you want to teach acting like the acting school kind of thing, you know? Mr. Amitabh Bachchan, I'm going to teach you how to act. You see, this is not how you should be doing. You can't tell the gods of acting how to act, isn't it? It's a very well-known thing. They know to act. Or you can't tell the Queen of England, let me tell you what is royalty. She is royalty. You can't teach her royalty. Got it? So it's exactly like that. This person, this wise man is royalty in spirituality. You can't teach him spirituality. You can't teach him material things also. He's the super boss of everything. So what is there for him to do? He's not going to carry purses like the Queen of England. No. All those different kinds of purses, he's not going to carry that. He's not going to have the various wigs and the makeups and this and that. No. And there's a new movie coming. I love movies, so I'm telling you. It's called Once Upon a Time. I don't know whether you have heard about it. So Once Upon a Time has got great star cast. Okay? Brad Pitt, Al Pacino. The big names are coming. Leonardo DiCaprio. Yesterday was Leonardo da Vinci, today is Leonardo DiCaprio. Okay, Margaret Kidder. You know, all the big names have come in, and there are more, by the way, all right? So just, I think Emma Watson is also there. A lot of big names, superstar cast. And everybody, they came for a reading of the script. And everybody was carrying a bound script. You know, they were carrying a blue color file and walking in. I saw those pictures, that's why I'm saying. See? So, and directed by Quentin Tarantino. Wow, wow, wow. So now, I just now spoke about Al Pacino. Okay? Now this man has to read the script. The director will tell him how to act. The shots will be laid out exactly how they are to be done. He is the god of acting, remember. But he will be told by Quentin Tarantino and whoever there are that this is how you need to speak. This is the place you got to see. Do you understand what I'm coming to? Even a great god of acting called Leonardo DiCaprio or the handsome Hulk, hunk we call it, no? Brad Pitt, they also have to do some, book reading. And they have to be guided along the path. They are called the gods of their own field. There is no such thing for a wise man. There is no bound book. No bound book. There is nobody directing him. He is on his own steam. That is the difference between a knowledgeable person in the material world and a knowledgeable person, a wise person in spirituality. This is the biggest difference there. You got it? In the material realm, even an Einstein's theory needs to be proved. He might have given so many theories. Quantum mechanics is there, this is there, that is there in different fields. Some person has come up with some other theory in, say, astrophysics or whoever. They have to prove themselves. A wise man in spirituality is not supposed to prove anything. So there is a direction to go into. Here, in the spiritual domain, there is no direction to go into. Right? Because he is the direction. Whereas they are going as per the director's orders. That is the big difference. Alright? So in his world, there is no fruitive work to be done. The wise man, whose consciousness is fixed in the self, does not even notice his bodily activities. While standing, sitting, walking, lying down, urinating, eating, performing other bodily functions, he understands that the body is acting out according to its own nature. So a wise man in this line very clearly is mentioned that he does all activities, including breathing. Isn't it? He does all activities. Standing, sitting, walking, lying down, urinating, eating, performing bodily functions. Everything is happening to this person. So don't think that the material worldly person is equivalent to this person. No. This wise man is performing all actions. One word is missing over here which everybody is interested in knowing. Does he have sex? Of course he has. Who says no? You think Mr. Tukaram Maharaj and all these people, they were just sitting over there. No, I am the great virgin in this world. Nothing like that. So don't be under that impression, okay? So, you think Jesus Christ or whosoever that is there, that word is not mentioned because you should not get disturbed, Otherwise, the first thing that happens is, oh my God, he's doing all those kind of things. Okay, eating and drinking is all right, but what about that? So, by the way, this man does everything. A man means a woman also, okay? So, we are not gender neutral maybe. So, woman also. So, super people. Not Superman and Superwoman. Super people. So, these super people are wise people. They do everything. Eating, drinking, sleeping, walking, talking, urinating, going for toilet, everything they do. But the most important point is they do not notice their bodily activity. They are not zombies. Okay? They are not walking with their hands in the air. Okay? My body is performing all the action. They are not even robots. Activities happen without their mind in place. Got it? No mind status. Activities happen. They will eat, but they are not into that eating. They will drink, but they are not into the drinking. They will be urinating also. They are not. Okay, so you understand, I'm taking all the words over here. Other bodily functions also. They may be digging their nose also. Come on. I mean, it's a common activity. Those who are not me, they also do that. Yesterday I saw one very funny picture. Okay. This woman, okay, You know that the toilet rolls are there, and there is a stand, toilet stand, that stand which has got the toilet rolls on it. She has fixed the toilet stand over here, that toilet roll stand over here, and that thing she is pulling down and clipping her nose. Time for hay fever. That was a funny joke. So, do you understand? Everybody does all these kind of things. Some people are prudish. I don't do. You think the queen and the king don't do all those kind of things? Of course they do. Well, so yesterday I ate a little bit of gram. You know those big grams are there. You know gram? The big, the full ones. So Raj asked me, how was it? I said, it was good. You got to be careful, but. Okay? The whole place will get, we need to disinfect the place after eating gram. Well, it's a joke. Let it be. So coming back to this, do not think that this man does all this work with an intention, number one, with an idea of what is happening, with full knowledge. He is not doing it with knowledge also. There is no idea he is doing it. Got it? So he is doing whatever activities that have been done by the material worldly people without noticing his bodily activity. So, a material worldly person will say, okay, I am going to put a black strip on my eyes and I will also not notice. It is not that kind of a notice. Notice means not knowing. Your mind doesn't know. Your body is doing something. Got it? How is this how can I explain this? Let me tell you like this. Now, you with your eyes can see an object. With your ears you can hear certain things, correct? Then the moment you see the object, what happens to you? A very simple case where you can say that the kitchen was very dirty and my room partner did not clean it. The moment you saw with your eyes, you know what happened? Your mind went for a grrrr, it went like a, have you seen how the hard drive, that disk works? It does more RPMs than anybody in this world. The mind goes for a bigger RPMs. Grrrr. The thought comes in your mind, she couldn't clean the table over there, she couldn't do this. What is the great work that she does? She can't do this much amount of... You know how much of talk the mind has given? You got exhausted by just looking at it. And then after that, I am not going to do it. Let her come and do it. Mind spoke. Eyes saw, mind spoke. Now, suppose I am talking to someone. He's an idiot, They're calling me idiots. They are the bigger idiots in this world. You hear the word and you start on your tirade inside your mind. I told you, more RPMs in this world. And your mind goes for literally like in a spin across the world. Maybe out of this universe also. I'm going to show them. What do they think of themselves? Blah, 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 blah. Why? Someone writes something about you. This person is stupid, cannot even write properly. Grammar Nazi. Grammar Nazis are there in this world. Yesterday, Amitabh Bachchan, he corrected Alia Bhatt. And Alia Bhatt wrote again, in her Twitter page, she wrote, oh no, not again. Alia Bhatt is known for foot in the mouth disease, okay? So, yesterday she wrote some word, And it was corrected by Mr. Amitabh Bachchan, and naturally, she said, oh no, not again. What happens to the mind? You see, the mind goes for a spin. And then, this is exactly what works. So, a written word can create, what does he think of himself? Who the hell does he? You know how the mind talks? So, exactly like that. So, there is a full out war in the mind. But you don't have the guts to go and stand in front of Amitabh Bachchan and say, hey man, old man, what do you think of yourself? Huh? You can't do that. So you have to be very soft and diplomatic in your approach. So, oh no, not again. So anyway, coming back to our story. So you see, your senses first get attracted to the object. The mind comes into play immediately. There is not even half a second delay. Why is there no half a second delay? A mind is literally standing behind these eyes. You got what I'm saying? People think mind is here. No. It is inside your eye, inside your nose, inside your ears, inside your mouth, inside your tongue, your teeth, you name it. It is there inside every part of your body. Now, so when you see, hear, touch, feel or do whatever, your mind is already into it, isn't it? And because your mind is already overreacting, you are going to throw up a certain tantrums. Maybe you will be restricting your tantrums, but your mind is throwing a tantrum. And your intellect is already providing information. Okay, this idiot, he's talking like that. Do you remember last time he did like this? He couldn't eat his food properly. He was throwing around all these things. Oh my God, don't. Shh. Calm yourself down. So did you see? For a material worldly person, this is what happens. What happens in the wise man? The wise man is like an empty bottle. The eyes are only seeing. No reaction behind. No mind is standing behind. Mind, you can imagine, there's a Don over there, and behind the Don are two great guys. Mind and intellect standing right behind. Yes, boss. Those kind of scenes you have seen in most of the movies and all that. Especially the serials, Indian serials. The person says one verse, one line. It takes 35 minutes or 42 minutes to complete that one line. They will show everybody's face. Yesterday, I was watching a serial from far. I was not listening into it because it was headphones. People were using headphones while seeing that serial. Some Sai Baba serial was going on. And there was one Britisher over there. Those kind of actions are going on. Actually, there is nothing happening there. There's another person with a pagadi. The third person. Only expressions with their faces, and it went on for 5 minutes. And only music was playing in the background, I think. I don't know what words were being said, but I think the stupidity of this kind of serials that 5 minutes you are spending on one emotion, showing every idiot's face over there. There were 25 people and 25 faces you have to show in 5 minutes. I mean, just imagine, you look at my face and you can put me on mute if you want. I mean, you can switch off your video and you can only hear. Even in your hearing, you will get all the nuances, isn't it? Nuances, Arey Samba, kya samajh raha hai tu? Different kinds of actings that is going on around over here. When you find that kind of a thing happening, sometimes I can hear, a few days ago, we had just put on the video. So Raj comes from somewhere and she says, whose voice is that? It sounds like a woman's voice. That is your Guru's voice. As if he is supposed to talk in a deeper voice, of course he can speak in a deeper voice. Okay? And if he wants to speak in this kind of a voice, he can speak that. Full range is available. So coming back to our story once again. So what happens to this guy? Those two goons are not standing behind him. Two goons, mind and intellect. They are not standing behind these sense organs of his. So with his eyes he is seeing, but no reaction in his body. Mind is not reacting. With his nose he can smell. By the way, I can smell anything in this world, okay? So, but no reaction. Reaction is going to be zero. Why? Because there is no mind behind that. No intellect there to give all those kind of memory packs, okay, this is what he did, this is what happened, this is what happened. Nothing like that. So there is no reaction per se. In a sense, inside that person's body, there is nothing happening. Many a times I get angry and I throw tantrums. Why are you doing like this? I can go on for 10 minutes like this. In the 11th minute, somebody will come in front of me. Hi, how are you? Fine, thank you. Okay. And you will look at me and say, oh my God, this fellow, he was just now very angry. What happened to him? You got it? Switch on, switch off. You see, the idea is, a wise man is not at all into all these things. His consciousness is fixed in the self, always lost. His mind and intellect, the two goons standing behind, are not looking at him and saying, okay, what do you want me to do? You want to kill him? They are not those guys with those, brandishing all those guns and all that. No. They are not doing like this. No, they are lost in that. These two, mind and the intellect, are lost in the self. They are serving the self, by the way. Their dawn is not this body. Their dawn is the self. And they are serving the self. And when the mind and the intellect is serving the self, there is a very big chasm, that hole in between. And there is nothing there. So the body is like an empty bottle. You take an empty bottle. Have you ever seen an empty bottle of a water bottle? Have you seen a water bottle? Empty water bottle? Try doing like this to the bottle, It makes noise, no? Like that kind of a funny noise it makes, crunchy noise. Why? There is no water inside. But pour water in it up to the top. Does it look solid to you? Then it's not going to make noise. Got it? So it's like that. By the way, he is not an empty shell in an empty vessel which makes more noise. Not even that. Okay? Otherwise, the next thing you will say is, oh, you're talking about empty vessel. He will make more noise. See, look at this fellow. He's just talking. 1 hour, he just bores us. No. This empty vessel, which we are talking about, is actually lost in the self. And because he is lost in the self, there is no connectivity between the body and the mind. The mind is completely gone. Although a self-realized soul may sometimes see an impure object or activity, he does not accept it as real. By logical understanding, impure sense objects can be based on illusory material duality. The intelligent person sees them to be contrary to distinct from reality, in the same way that a man awakened from sleep views his fading dream. So how does this man, who is a wise man, sees reality, supposedly the material worldly reality? Everything is going down, Now just imagine all those Arnold Schwarzenegger movies, Boom, boom, boom. The earth is getting destroyed. You remember? You got that one eye, funny eye in that, and he comes from, I am from the future, like that. So just imagine, I'll be back. Okay, like that kind of, the world is going to ruins. And what is happening to this wise man? You think the wise man is just sitting over there, oh, okay, the world is going to ruins, I am not concerned. He will be acting over there, of course. What is he doing? Maybe he has become a Florence Nightingale. You got the point? Maybe he is helping all those people over there. Or maybe he has got a bullet in his chest. Oh, he is doing all those, It does not matter. So what is happening to this person? Sometimes he sees an impure object or activity. So when the material worldly person looks at anything happening around him, sees those objects around him, he does not accept it as real. He does not accept it as real. A simple example would serve the purpose. Let us say two people have a fight. Okay? Now, A and B has a fight. B is a friend of yours. Is a very, very close friend of yours. What would you call A? The enemy, isn't it? When the fight is going on, you will call him the enemy. Right? Now, what happens to B then? The B gets mighty pleased. Oh, you are with me. No, let me fight this fellow. Isn't that taking sides? But a wise man is neither a friend nor a foe. So he is objectively not seeing one person from his side and other from the other side. You got what I am saying? Do you understand what I am saying? He doesn't say B is my friend and A is my enemy. He doesn't say any of those words. He considers A and B both as friend and both as enemies. Okay? Because whatever A and B are doing is unreal. In his world, both of them are idiots. And you understand, this word is very, very nice to say. So in his world, he doesn't interfere with anybody. It does not really matter. So sometimes he may say, A is doing the right thing. B, you should not be doing this. Or B is doing the right thing. A, you should not be doing this. Doesn't mean he is taking sides. You understand? There is nobody taking sides over here. For a wise man, he is not siding anybody because he knows A and B are unreal. There is nothing there. Both of them may be thinking that they have too much in their brains. But according to him, they are zombies. You got the point? There is nothing there. It is like two ants fighting with each other, or maybe two birds. I mean, do you go and stand in between them and say, hey, don't fight? Do you do that? Or you just imagine there are two lions fighting with each other. You think you want to go in between them? If you are a foolish person, you will go in between them. Okay? So, this person is not at all interested in it or actually not involved in the process because he looks at it as unreal. He does not accept it as real. But logically understanding, how does he understand? Impure sense objects to be based on illusory material duality. Duality exists in the material world. Two things, separate things. The person whom calls himself friend is actually a foe. You understand? Both of them are the same. Well, someone asked me a question. You mean to say the 5-year-old or the 6-year-old who got molested or something happened to them, it is their fault? So the answer to that question is, it is not real. How can you say it is not real? That person had to go through all the shit in their world. Okay, just hang on. You are saying they are 5 years old? Yes. From my point of view, they are 1,000,000 years old. You are only looking at the bottle. You see, I take a big bottle of water and I pour it in a new bottle. Doesn't make the bottle water new. Does it make new? No. You know those big kegs are there. 15-year, 20-year, they are in all those, Italy and France and all that. And there is a tap over there. And I open the tap and I put it in a bottle which was manufactured in 2017. Can I call that liquor made in 2017 just because the bottle is 2017? No. The liquor may be 15 years it is there in that keg, the big thing. So 15 years mature. Will I say 15 years mature or no? So, when you look at a body of a 5-year-old, you are looking at the 5-year-old body, the bottle. Now, don't talk about the bottle. We are talking about the mature, the wine that is there, 15 years old, no? Like that, every individual is not. You may be 45 years old or 50 years old, or maybe 60 years old or 70 years old. I'm sorry. You are the same age as any other person, including the 0-year-old also. The newborn is equal to you only. Because by the way, you are looking at the bottle, the body. You are not looking at the soul, the Jivatma. The Jivatma is eternal, isn't it? So, in the world of the wise, he doesn't give a damn. Actually doesn't give a damn doesn't mean that he is not, oh my God, this is happening. He is not going to do that or what? He is definitely going to do that. Why? Body reaction is going to be there. Did we not discuss that? Body is going to, he is going to cry also if something happens. Yeah, that is why Jesus Christ also felt that. Isn't it? Krishna Paramahansa also cried. Isn't it? And Buddha must have also shown some emotion. In films and all they will not show, but in real life he must have definitely shown emotions. My stomach is aching. Definitely he must have said those words. He cannot be doing Buddha. No, nothing like that. And Krishna is not sitting over there with an arrow. I just imagine, this is a funny scene. Krishna is sitting with the arrow stuck in his, that toe of his. It will take me 18 hours to die. I will sit like this for 18 hours. You think he is going to sit like that for 18 hours? 911, emergency call. Sir, this something you have to understand. The wise man is different than the normal person. He doesn't show the, that 15 hours to die. If you have seen Deadpool 2, he dies many times in that movie. And every time he closes his eyes, they think he's dead. But no, he again wakes up. Oh, I was just going to see how the reaction is going to be when you see me die. You see, this is the funny part. This man is not dying. So Krishna, even after the arrow is, supposed to have pierced his body, is actually not dead. Jesus Christ, even after on that cross and inside that tomb of his, he is not dead. You're looking at the bottle, boss. Don't look at the bottle. So the wise man never looks at the bottle. His body is the bottle. He never looks at the bottle. And that is why he is never disoriented. You got the point? He is not going to think something is happening to me. Nothing is happening to him. So, the intelligent person sees them to be contrary to, distinct from reality. Reality, according to the worldly reality, is different. The true reality of the self is different. So that is why that 5-year-old who is undergoing all the problems is 1,000,000 years old or 1,000,000,000 years old. He is not dead. Nothing is actually there. Okay? Understood? So the reaction of a wise man is, he will have no reaction. Buddha. He's not even going to raise his eyes. No, nothing like that. He's just going to look at it. Okay, so what do you want me to do? He's not even going to say that, what do you want me to do? No, he's not saying that I want to revive that person. There's nothing going to happen. So forget it. So got it? So why is he showing a certain knee-jerk reaction? That little 1% reaction is because when you wake up from the dream, you're still carrying that thing in your mind, isn't it? It's like, you'll say, oh, my grandmother came in my dreams. Your grandmother is dead many years ago. Why is she going to come in your dreams? Your grandmother has now become a very young woman and she may be looking very hot. And maybe she must be in Sports Illustrated something, model of the world. Who cares, man? You understand what I'm saying? It does not matter. Why is your stupid grandmother coming in your dream? So the wise man doesn't care a damn about these kind of things also. Somebody will say, there is a ghost in the room. No, what ghost is there, sir? I am a ghost myself. Why? Because I don't have a body. If the body is outside, I am outside. So, one day I was sleeping in Singapore and Raj had a very funny experience. She saw the body is different than me, like two people separate, only white light. I mean, white light means what is it? Just imagine I'm carrying a Philips light in me, hue bulb. Suddenly yellow color, suddenly blue color, suddenly white color. Spiritual people are not the body. So don't misinterpret the body. Okay, the body is just a shell. It is just a bottle and there is emptiness inside the bottle. Nothing inside. Got it? No mind, no intellect, nothing. Everything happens by remote. Now, that is the reason why he says, in the same way a man awakening from the sleep views his fading dream. I told you I will tell you something very intelligent now. In the beginning. Did you notice in the previous verse, he says something very interesting. I'll read that thing. Sometimes the progress of the imperfect transcendentalist is checked by attachment to family members, disciples or others who are sent by envious demigods for that purpose. He is not saying demons, by the way. Do you know what he said? The demigods are those naughty fellows. Got it? It is not demons who are going to disturb you. It's the demigods who create the demons, by the way. You understand what I'm saying? Who is creating the demons? The demigods themselves create the demons. The demigods are very, very narcissistic and you know that I am the greatest thing in the planet Earth. Okay? So these are the guys who create their demons inside. The real terms, it is what? Demigods are in different parts of your body. Now I want you to think of the pituitary gland. What is it thinking of itself? I am the greatest thing on planet Earth. See, if this guy starts acting funny now, I will shut off the supply to his nose only. Then what will happen? Oh, don't worry. He will be doing like this. The demigod sitting in the pituitary gland is a smart aleck. And then he creates the demons in your body. You know, you have those different things over here. What do you say? Sinuses we call it. It's controlled by the demigod inside the pituitary gland. You know, it is going to... This fellow is acting very funny. Okay, I will give him a big sinus headache. And there you got a headache. And then headache means what? Anybody coming in front of you, just imagine you got a headache because of the pituitary gland. The pituitary gland is a god, demigod. Now you got a headache, is the demon inside of you. And your downline comes and, boss, I just wanted to ask you, can I take leave tomorrow? Hari Raya is there next week. And that fellow who is sitting in your head, what are you talking about leave? You know how much the boss is going to shout. You know why? Because of that pituitary fellow. He is trying to poke that thing. So did you understand? All the creative concepts that are there can be disturbed because of these demigods only. So did you understand? These wise men are not under the demigod's sway at all. Got it? So this is a punchline at the end. I don't know whether you have understood or no, but the problem that is created is not created by demons. They are created by demigods. Okay? That verse is there, verse 31. Okay? I think, or wherever it is. I don't know. I think it is verse 28 or 29, where Krishna himself says, it is verse 29. So remember this. Do not allow these demigods also to act inside of you. You take charge. So a wise man is like that. So we will stop over here and I'll see you all later. Bye. Have a very good day or take care of yourself.